Welcome to my channel. Here we research on worthy products so you don't have to work so hard to make decisions on what you want, and whether you need it. So please watch till the end, and please subscribe and like our channel, so the proceed. The Lost Ways Review, the secrets behind the book and why it is a must-have for everyone. It seems that the Lost Ways book will be the source of found ways of survival during the economic crisis in the near future. To know how true this is, many readers are inquiring about the book through emails. Thus, after receiving a lot of emails from my viewers, I decided to do a comprehensive video of the Lost Ways review and share my thoughts. This will help you figure out if the book is a good fit for you and whether it is worth the money. I will also share some additional info regarding the content, so make sure you keep watching. We all worry about the future to some extent, and we want to prepare as best as we can. One of the reasons for it is the unpredicted natural disasters or economic crisis. Well, now there is no way to worry, as the Lost Ways book is already released to help us survive during such times. Written by Claude Davis, this book and complementary videos primarily aims at preparing you to handle worst-case situations by being least dependent on external things or situations. Thus, the book is mainly addressed to preppers, homesteaders, and survivalists who intend to protect themselves along with their family and friends from the worst times without relying on the modern technology. It is a fact that calamities can strike anywhere, at workplace or home. They consequently trigger not only tension and loss of productivity but also reduction in quality of life. Luckily, this book offers survival solutions to these situations by sharing the tips and guides for preparing yourself when all situations are completely unfavorable. In general, the majority of us are optimistic, and we are not pushed to prepare for a sudden disaster or collapse of the society as we know it. While this is a good quality, the current volatile economy and sudden surges and ebbs indicate us to take one step further for preparing for the worst situations. Related article: Survival skills your great-grandparents had that you don't. So, don't you feel like telling about fire outbreaks, extreme climates, and sudden earthquakes to your kids? We all feel so, but just telling them to inform them is work half done. We also need to tell them how to face these calamities and survive in those harsh times. This book precisely helps us doing so. Although tough, let's face it, we take the modern life's luxuries for granted, ranging right from the endless food supply to wireless connections. As a fact, we do not know how to survive or live without them. We don't even feel the need to know it, because most of us assume that life will always be so convenient, easy, and sophisticated. However, the reality is exactly the opposite. There is no telling when life will take a twist to put us out of action, even with smartphones in hands. Will they work in a storm? No, right? So, there is a need to prepare ourselves for any such disastrous times. This is exactly what the book teaches us. So, who will lose a chance of being a smart prepper or survivalist by reading such self-help book? Thus, here is my Lost Ways review. About the author: the author of this book is Claude Davis, who is a skilled survival expert of over 20 years. He is a survival professional and prepper whose expertise is quite diverse in this field. Davis is also the founder and author of a famous survival website called askaprepper.com, which was released in 2015. Due to such an experienced founder, this site swiftly grew into a famous survival portal amongst the survival communities. He seems to be concerned about the manner in which the modern humans have disassociated themselves from the living techniques of the great-grandfathers. Throughout the book, this aspect has been emphasized. Being disturbed by this disassociation, Davis has come up with this book to trace us back to those forgiven methods of surviving smartly in tough times. Today, this book happens to be among the most all-embracing guides for survival in difficult times. If you intend to be a self-sufficient individual by employing simple and affordable techniques or tips, this is the book for you. The book overview: The Lost Ways is a 350-page book filled with ancient survival techniques, which our ancestors followed or implemented for thriving in the most difficult conditions marked by the dearth of things necessary for survival. The old but anytime reliable ways of living are revealed, along with the survival lessons from the pioneers as well as the Native Americans. According to the author, the Americans are presently getting inclined to the worst conditions. The different facilities of the modern technology have made us too complacent. So, the author of this book explains that such facilities have made life so comfortable that we no longer support ourselves for facing the worst contingencies. Thus, the book claims that humans are slowly losing their survival skills that are actually useful for them to survive amidst the different scarcities. This book acts as a guide to accentuate that it is essential for humans to know and use these survival skills as well as techniques that can help them survive without the electronic gadgets, internet, power, and other amenities. The book is certainly an established strategy considering the rising number of searches for the best survival approaches by people who have just faced or are facing a natural disaster. The different techniques and survival mechanisms are simple enough for the common Joe, and they do not require a large budget to be implemented or for them to work. They all are proven ones, as our forefathers successfully used them in tough times. In specific terms, these techniques help in surviving in severe environments where there is no gas, power, or food supply. The forgotten but golden techniques revealed range from modest tips akin to growing veggies and making milk toast to more radical innovations such as building a courtyard smokehouse. The book also shows an ideal way of preserving drinking water for several months without investing a single penny. Our ancestors who were sailors used to do so by storing water in ships. Even you will be able to do so to be handsomely rewarded when your neighbors will beg for water. Through this guide, you can even find out the best way of survival even when there are no vehicles, refrigerators, and departmental stores. Living a simple life now seems to be more satisfying as well as rewarding than living a sophisticated modern life. To sum up, the author has discussed the different survival aspects or topics that the modern humans need to know, some of which are as follows. How to build houses underground just like the Native Americans, learn how to collect and store clean water in big quantities and without spending a single penny, how to make nourishing food using those ingredients that the Native American scouts had suggested, what to do when the bullets in stock are over. Here, the book focuses on a group who roamed in the West and did something useful to prevent running out of bullets. How to prepare poultices using those ingredients that our forefathers used, learn how to trap animals in winters, how to grow eatables in backyards. These are just a few of the topics you will find in the Lost Ways book. There are many more topics you will benefit from. Lastly, along with the book, 2 catchy videos show how to cook a survival superfood called pemmican and a painkiller named wild lettuce extract. As you will see in this short video, a common garden weed is more than a common plant, and its unbelievable medicinal value can help you relieve the pain of your family and friends. You quickly learn how to make a wild lettuce extract that works great as a painkiller and as a substitute for opium. Feeling like getting the book? Click the link in the description below to get it now. Survival Essentials under focus. The book mainly focuses on the following essentials of survival. Food is the basic necessity but a rare commodity during the tough times. Thus, this guide has disclosed some of the most bizarre but delicious and nutritious recipes that the Native Americans used. They tell us how to satisfy the belly and fulfill nutritional requirements using only the available and affordable ingredients. Shelter is another essential thing, which can be a great concern in case of a flood or a storm. The book shows how to build underground houses such that even a family of 4 people can stay easily. The Native Americans have already built such big houses in the past. Water is the essential commodity but can be scarce in tough times such as drought and war. Humans can live for some days without food and shelter but not without water. So, it is obvious that this guide cannot miss it. It shows how to collect and conserve water without spending anything. This is the specialty of this guide. Poultices are essential for healing wounds and diseases. So, this book throws light on how to prepare poultices using the available herbs and other natural ingredients, most of which are ancient. These were the remedies that our forefathers had used in those days. Arms bullets is a useful section for self-defense, which becomes extremely essential during the time of crisis. The book gives an insight into the preservation of arms and ammunition. Specifically, the focus is on bullets in this section. This is also where you will find information on what to do when bullets are over. Traps for providing a source of protein for your family through the entire year. What do you learn from Lost Ways? Through the topics above covered in this book, it is clear that it imparts knowledge in you to keep your family as well as others around you safe. The book does so by promoting the old but golden survival skills, which are useful even in the present era. You learn how to save money on food as well as maintenance, and reduce the overall expenses within your household. This is evident when you read the section that explains how to build a smokehouse in your backyard and preserve food using traditional and cheap spices. All the knowledge and skills revealed fall in one of the following 3 categories. Staying prepared. The book is the complete guide on how to remain prepared for the unavoidable situations, may it be a nuclear war or a tornado. If you are not prepared, you cannot face that unexpected situation and subsequently cease to survive. In fact, getting ready is the first step to successful survival in such difficult times. Being proactive, being prepared is only the beginning. The next step is to be ready with proactive measures so that there is the least loss or trouble in facing a tough time. Using self-preservation skills, this is exactly what most pages of this book provide. It keeps revealing the different skills required to survive a debilitating aftermath. For example, the book shows how to use herbs for healing wounds, how to store food without a refrigerator, and how to store water safely. There is one main consideration that you have to remember when you are a prepper. That is that if there is ever a natural disaster large enough for you to have to leave your home, or be without it, you are effectively being thrown into the dark ages. How you handle those situations is completely down to your knowledge. However, this book teaches you the main skill sets that are required to do that no matter what situation you find yourself in. Critical skills from the Lost Ways. Claude Davis has set the trail for all prepper book writers around the globe, but it will be a difficult trail for others to follow. Luckily for us, the readers, it is a book that is easy to follow in content and understanding. There are some questions that I would like you to ask yourself. Do you know how to build a self-feeding fire? Filter water to drink? Make glue in the wild? Navigate with your watch? Make a compass? Many, many more. While there may be some of those skills that you know, I can guarantee that you will find a lot of helpful information in this book, no matter your previous skill level. Feel like taking the book? That's great. Click the button and take action now to protect invaluable human lives of loved ones in tough times. Techniques that I love and strongly recommend to all survivalists. These techniques are the ones that I have discussed just above, although not in detail. These are the techniques of water, root cellar, herbs, and food that we can preserve for a long time with simple and always readily available ingredients provided by nature. Food. When it comes to food, this book stands out. Why so? Have you ever cooked without using ingredients from a grocery store? I guess, no. If you can cook in this way, that skill is more commendable than the normal cooking skills. This is what this book will teach you. It has several unbelievable recipes that can make up for a delicious and nutritious meal using only the natural or widely available components not sold in stores. You need the bare minimum to cook a delectable meal. Even more, the food preservation methods are a thing of wonder, and I guarantee you will be amazed by the ingenuity of the early settlers. Some of the most delicious recipes shared in the book are bean sausage, cooked cabbage salad, vinegar lemonade, cinnamon sugar toast, soda biscuits, bark bread, oatmeal pancakes, cattail casserole, Indian cattail spoon bread, and potato pancakes. Cattail, for those who do not know, come with anti-inflammatory, anti-anemia, and anti-cancer properties. You seriously will be forced to think who is more intelligent, we or our ancestors. Root cellar. You can manage to grow some veggies in your backyard using the water storage technique. However, you cannot use them all at once and need something to store. Well, it can be tough to have access to refrigerators in a period of calamity. You need a storage that can preserve the grown produce and other stuff without any spoilage. The root cellar technique in this guide just teaches you that. Poultices and herbs. This guide teaches how to heal in the absence of contemporary antibiotics. With this skill, people around you shall surely turn to you. When the existing medicines start falling short, this expertise of yours makes you the only doctor available instantly for them. It is simply stunning to see how herbs and poultices made up of only naturally available ingredients can heal different disorders. Recipes to treat an abscess and stomach pain are noteworthy. The aim here is to explain how not to waste things and make the best use of whatever is available or can be made available in terrible times. The manner in which the aim is being met is such commendable, as per my Lost Ways review. How will you benefit from this book? I understand that just reading about some new or great things to do does not help. It is essential to know how to do them. Even more essential is to know them in an understandable way. This is exactly what makes anything beneficial for you. Well, this book covers most techniques and recipes in a step-by-step manner so that you become an independent learner as well as a user in tough times. The great aspect of this book is that you do not need any external aid from a skilled individual or prior experience, chiefly because you will be able to use all techniques by yourself. When a tragedy strikes, you can easily hide in your underground roundhouse that our ancestors have already developed. The author believes that survival is essentially based on the idea of you being your own destiny's designer. In other words, you can turn your back or sit and cry when something ruthless happens, but rather face it in the finest way you can. The most important aspect is to conserve your sanity. While rushing in haste is acting dumb when danger does not exist in front, being prepared without being shocked is wise when in a life-threatening condition. This is exactly what this book conveys and imparts. And here are a few more reasons why you should get it. Pros: this is for anybody. The book has tips that anyone can follow. Although the tips and techniques are useful at the time of a tragedy, you can even use them in your current life. For instance, you can use some money-saving tips for water, medicines, and food and see the benefits for yourself. This makes these techniques anytime testable. Widely available and affordable ingredients, recipes and techniques use readily available as well as affordable ingredients. It's very valuable. The book reveals all solutions that our ancestors have used in their tough times. Thus, all solutions are valuable. Also reliable. All the techniques shared in the book are tried and tested. All practical. The solutions are practical, not fanatical or theoretical. According to the author, major differences exist between the modern people and forefathers regarding perspectives and expectations. He asserts that our ancestors were more inclined towards the do-it-yourself (DIY) approach than us and less complacent that urged them to look for several alternatives. Thus, the author is trying to overcome this complacent nature by imparting ancestral skills. By offering easy-to-understand and simple-to-learn practical skills, the modern Americans tend to become more independent. Comprehensively, the guide is perhaps the most comprehensive of all the survival guides available online today. Further, the book has diverse and enough information to aid you in surviving different catastrophes. It covers scenarios including famine, economic breakdown, and war times. Unlike other survival guides on the same topics, this one has more tips to know and implement. So, it also provides a better value for your money than other similar guides. Its dual version, the book is available in both physical and digital versions. With money-back guarantee, this is simply impressive. Being backed by such a guarantee certainly adds to its trustworthiness and author's confidence. In case you do not find this guide suitable or satisfactory within 60 days of purchase, you will receive all your money back. Cons: paperback format available only in the United States. A feeling of wanting more after going through the whole book. Well, the cons hardly overtake the pros. Thus, as per my Lost Ways review, the guide is overall useful, unique, and unambiguous. Feeling like getting the book? Click the link in the description below to get it now. Conclusion: as you've seen in my Lost Book review, the author firmly considers that it is all about time. The coming time is more likely to be challenging, and we must trace our roots and learn what our forefathers did to survive amidst different environmental hardships. The reality is that the survival gear of today is unreliable for use in truly tough times. However, all the techniques in this book make one capable of surviving solely in a disaster that can slay down everyone. Using them, you can truly become the leader in your neighborhood when something bad happens. After all, this guide is the most comprehensive one to have, read, and follow. Well, I have also ordered the second volume, The Lost Ways 2. I will do an honest review and post it here once I get it. Stay tuned. Feeling like getting the book? Click the link in the description below to get it now. Please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Bye.